Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and today we are on episode 8 of Discovery. I said before that I thought this would be the last episode. It's not. There's one or two more left to go. But in this one, they are searching for their final clue, and they were led to the archive, which is in the Badlands, so that it is safe. It moves every 50 years or so that it stays safe. And the Discovery arrives there and is looking for the book Labyrinth of the Mind, which was done by the Betazoid scientist who was among the first group of scientists to discover the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And with everything, she opens up the book. She's greeted nicely by the curator of the collection. And there's also something else that is there. It is one of the last artifacts of Quazon, and it's given to book by the archivist. Anyway, we don't know what that is, but it's like Chekhov's gun. The fact that he's got it now means that it's going to be significant somewhere else in the progression of the story. Anyway, what we have in this one is that the book is opened and there is a insert in the book of which when Burnham touches it, it puts her in a state of unconsciousness, and she starts living in a situation not unlike the Inner Light during the TNG era. So she is down on the ground and she is living in a hallucination of sorts. And in that, in order to find the final piece, she has to complete a test. This is like every other piece that they've looked for. There's always been some kind of challenge, some kind of test, some kind of activity that has to be done before the piece of the puzzle can be found. And so that's the case here. And Burnham has to figure out this time just exactly what the puzzle is, because basically she is in a place that is of some surprise to her, and she has to figure out what would be in the mind of the scientist that created the puzzle and try to solve it from there. And while she has someone who looks like Book as an assistant with her, he can't offer any help except for saying yes or no. So it's very interesting how this is put together. It takes you back and forth through this. You're trying to solve the puzzle as she's trying to solve the puzzle, or to try to figure out what the puzzle is as she's trying to figure out what the puzzle is. And it's a most interesting thing. Now, we know that Maul has gone with the Breen, and the Breen have tracked the jump signature and have headed also to the Badlands and have arrived at the archive. And of course, they're not going to be nearly as nice about it as the Federation, and so this is going to lead to some problems, even though the curator of the archive says, well, we do have experience dealing with opposing factions. So it would seem that they have some decent amount of defense against anybody that should come along, including the Breen. And that is where a lot of the drama happens outside of the search for the clue. So this shows some of the power of the Breen, the nature of the Primarch himself, and how Maul is able to keep from getting herself killed. So this is kind of we know she's not going to die, but I mean this is what we have going in. So it's a most interesting episode. It's suspenseful throughout. It's not like we think that anybody is going to die. It is more of a who's going to find the clue first kind of thing, and by what means is this, are they going to end up with it? What are they going to end up with? And so some things are revealed that we've been wondering about, and I'd like to say that we're starting to get an idea of what the problem between Burnham and Book is. We're starting to understand better what exactly that Rayner had against the Breen, and throughout it's very well done. We haven't really seen the Badlands since Voyager, and this was not a bad rendition of it. And there was something I recall in the beginning of Voyager that they built Voyager in order to be able to go through the Badlands because there were some specific things about the ship that could withstand the Badlands more than a normal Federation ship. And they were all right with that in that Discovery did have a lot of damage going through it. So that makes some sense as to what had previously been mentioned about the Badlands. But anyway, we see some pretty good effects on how badly the ship can be damaged too. That's a kind of an interesting thing there. So that's what I get on this. I'm looking forward to what they finally arrive at. This has become now kind of a race for the end, and I'm ready to see it. So I'd like to know what you think about it. Please put it in the comments below, and of course, subscribe. If you've not yet subscribed, we'd appreciate that. Coming up on Monday, we will have another new review of new Doctor Who, and then we'll go back to Babylon 5, Deep Space Nine, and then back here next week. So until then, thank you for joining us, and don't go far.